Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Regular viewers will know by now I review many photographic, audio, video related products. Well, today isn't a review of a video product per se, it's more of an audio product. It's designed for live streaming, bands, musicians, live mixing and particularly podcasting. But I'm putting it to video production as well because it can do that. It's actually a very multi-talented piece of kit. And what it is this here. It's the Zoom LiveTrack L-8 Multitrack Recorder stroke audio interface to your computer. Basically, here it is. It's got 8 channels. I'm actually taking one channel in at the moment. I put my headphones on just so I can hear it. So yeah, it's got 8 channels basically in this mixer. So we've got one channel being fed in at the moment from my Rode pod mic. And that's where the podcasting for this particular unit comes into. So that's going into channel 1, and then I've got another 5 inputs I can use for either microphones or guitars or instruments, something of that nature, and they go into these is it called TRS, 1/4 inch jacks stroke XLR jacks, and they go into those 6 inputs there. So that becomes a 6 input mic stroke guitar musical instrument input, and that's absolutely great. And you've got your gain controls here for each channel. Also, each channel has phantom power. It's actually one switch for phantom power, so that switches phantom power onto every channel. I guess the only danger with that, you probably have to be careful if you're using dynamic microphones that don't require phantom power. Just be sure if you've got a mix of microphones, so obviously some that are phantom power and some that aren't, it's going to feed that 48 volt phantom power to every channel. It shouldn't damage any dynamic microphones whatsoever, but it's worth checking beforehand just to make sure that it doesn't. And so basically that's your 8 feeds in there. It's got 2 other feeds in here. Now I've got in there actually a TRS lead that goes into a mobile phone, and that is great for podcasting because you can actually record the telephone conversation. So if you've got somebody coming in onto your podcast, onto your channel, and you want to invite them on, you can actually record the conversation and you don't get feedback because of the way that it's been designed. I don't understand all the audio side of it at the moment, but basically there's no feedback and it works great. So you've got that input there. It's also got a sound pad with 8 presets. No, sorry, 6. Yeah, it is 8. 8 presets, which is awesome. So you can program your own sound into that, and it comes preloaded with various sound bites. It could be a piece of music, it could be your intro music to your channel, it could be whatever. I've got mine at the moment set on channel 7, so if we push that up a bit, you'll hear, let me just do one. And that was a preloaded soundbite that Zoom provide when you buy the mixer. That's preloaded into the mixer, and that's coming through on channel 7. And then on channel 8, I think is where I've got the TRS feed for the telephone, which we'll test in just a moment to see how well that works. 4 headphone outputs with headphone volume levels for each set of headphones. So again, when you've got guests on your channel, when you've got them in the studio or wherever you go with this mixer, they each have their own set of headphones. So it's great. You can put your headphones on, they can have their headphones on, and everyone's happy because everyone can hear, you know, what's going on. Or you can, haven't set this up yet, but you can feed what you want to feed to that headphone channel. So if you don't want them to hear everyone's voice or what's going on, you don't have to. It's very clever, very configurable, incredible. So at the moment I've got, obviously, well, there's only me here, so I've just got my voice being fed to this channel, and I can increase and decrease the volume according to what's needed. So that is awesome. Each channel has its separate LED indications showing you the level, so this could actually go up a wee bit. So you can clearly see what the audio levels are doing. And again, great for podcasting, great for even live work if you're doing video production. And these faders are beautifully made. The whole unit is so well made. I'm absolutely over the moon with how well made this unit is. And then you've got an effects channel, so you can feed effects through reverb, echo, whatever, and that can come back through this channel here, and that's fed back through to the master channel. And then you can record the whole thing onto an SD card, a built-in recorder, as well as a live streaming unit. So, I mean, it's just endless. The display's quite small for the recorder, but that's kind of, no big deal. Provided you can clearly see the input levels coming in on the mixer. I'm not terribly concerned that the display, is quite a small display. And it's got various other functions, all sorts of mix functions, send functions for the mixer. It just goes on and on. I will do a lot more detail on this mixer once I've learnt more how to use it, but predominantly I will be using it for doing podcasting when I set up my podcasting channel, and I'm going to keep it simple. And that's a beauty with this mixer. It can get complicated, or you can just keep it simple. And I will use the sound bites that are in it. I might well put some of my own in, download some copyright-free music from a company I subscribe to, and maybe some clapping or whatever. I don't know. I haven't decided any of that yet. It's got your record playback controls here, so you can record to the internal SD card, which is what I am doing. And I shall use the audio that's coming from this. I might use all the audio for this particular review. I might only use clips of it because I'm not really close enough to the microphone to, not with this particular microphone, to get a fantastic audio out. But it might be really good, I don't know. But that's basically, the gist of what this mixer does. It has got a stereo output here, so if you do want to feed it to speakers or a PA system, hence the reason it's called a LiveTrack, because it will do live mixing. Maybe an external recorder if you so wanted to. You can take a balanced output via the XLR outputs here, and it has got a USB interface to your computer, which is great. So you can use it as a standalone recorder, which is what I'm doing here, or you can take a USB feed out to your computer and either feed the multi-track output, or you can feed the just a stereo output of a final mix. The USB is a bit peculiar, how the USB thing, it's on a connection on the bottom here. It's sort of in the bottom there, but a bit convoluted, not really my cup of tea, but hey ho. So that is the mixer at the moment. I've got it plugged into the mains, and it does come with the USB power block, and that's really good. Only a small one, so don't take up a lot of space, so that's really good. So that's about it as far as the mixer is concerned. So what I'm going to do now is make a phone call and see how well this works. Let's make a phone call to my buddy and see what reasons. Let's give him a call. We're hoping that this is going through the mixer okay.
Hello.
Oh, Matty, you're live on air on my review of the Zoom LiveTrack L-8 mixer.
The Zoom LiveTrack L-8 mixer.
Yeah.
And how are you finding it, Bob?
It's absolutely excellent. The fact that I can take somebody live onto the channel via the mixer, I think is superb. Do you get any?
So tell me how you've got it rigged up. So I'm talking to you on the phone.
Yeah. Are you getting any feedback?
Yeah.
You got any feedback? Have
no,
you?
No, nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. It's just as though I'm talking to you as normally on the phone, as we normally do.
That is excellent, isn't it? It's supplied with this, what do they call it? The TRS lead, the lead with the 4 pins on it. But it goes straight into the mixer. The mixer does something to the audio so you don't get any feedback, but it feeds the output straight to the mixer and records it. So, you know, it's phenomenal.
So how's the phone hooked up to it then?
Via a cable. So the headphone jack on the phone, I guess that's going to be a bit problematic if you've got an iPhone with no headphone jack. You can get the adapters, I guess, you know, the lightning.
The lightning to a USB out kind of feed, wouldn't it?
Yeah, something like that. But, you know, other than that, yeah, no, it works great. So there we go. Right, I'll speak to you later, Matty, but thanks for that.
Lovely job.
Speak to you later.
Thanks for that, mate.
See
I'll
you
again.
Bye.
Bye.
So there we go. Absolutely worked a treat. Matty was, you know, had no feedback. He said the sound quality was just as I was talking to him normally. So, and isn't that a fantastic piece of kit? I know there's many podcasters that do introduce other people onto their channel that aren't physically in the room. You could do that with Skype calls because you can feed a USB out from your computer into the mixer as well. So if you're doing Skyping, you can use it for taking a Skype call, obviously only the audio part of it. And so there we go. It's very complex, but also can be really simple. And I'm recording this onto the built-in SD card. It's saying I've done 13 minutes. So, you know, that is great, you know, by the time it's edited and what have you. So there we go. That is basically a brief introduction to the Zoom LiveTrack L-8 mixer. As I say, specifically designed for podcasters, but I'm loving it as a video production tool. I'll be using it more often. I'll probably just have it over on the corner here, battery operated or running off of mains. And, you know, we'll be using it a lot. So there we go. Thanks very much. I hope you found that useful. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, and hit the like button if you like the content of this particular video. Really appreciate that. Thanks very much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos relating to video and photography. Thanks again. Bye for now.